Do you want to risk it?
Well, you're fearful of a flush. Now possible straight out there. You've only got one pair. Your opponent called you on the flop, called you on the turn. What do?
You can become the first ever WPT Prime Online Champion by winning the feature event in the WPT Global Spring Festival. It's happening May 21st to June 4th. There's buy-in levels from $1.10 up to $2,500. Simply click the link in the YouTube description below. Sign up and your first $110 tournament ticket is free.
See our chip leader, the lone amateur at the table, Matthew Burnitz, with $8.8 million in chips. And that's what they're playing for. The winner tonight taking home over $818,000, as well as get his name inscribed on the WPT Champions Cup.
All right, Annie's will start at 10,000. Blinds are 60 and 120. Action going to Ofir Mor. He's a poker pro, used to work in the jewelry business, and now he goes out in the first hand. Tyler Patterson also folding.
Now around to Matthew, the lone amateur. He's out. With the WPT champion, Steve Brecker, going for his second title tonight.
Yeah, he's 66 years old, out of Reno, Nevada. He's got King 7 of hearts.
Very successful retired businessman. Actually flies his own planes to the tournaments.
Well, he has raised it, makes it 270. David Diaz folding. And Ben Hamnett has a pair of 10s. Ben's a poker pro out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, 29 years old. And he is going to re-raise, makes it 540 to go. And Brecker quickly flying away, as he likes to do, because he does like to fly planes, Mike.
Yep. So Ben Hamnett from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. There's his buddy sitting up there at the Royal Flush Girls.
Need to come out to the WPT. You two could sit down there at the Royal Flush Girls Social Bar, talk to the girls, have some fun.
Tyler Patterson going out here.
Here's our chip leader, Matthew Burnitz, so-called amateur out of Bear, Delaware. He's got Jack 8 of diamonds, and he's going to raise. Steve Brecker folding. And now David Diaz with a King Jack offsuit with the button.
David's a poker pro out of Memphis, Tennessee. Injured his arm at age 4 in Honduras, and they accepted him in St. Jude's Hospital, where he discovered cancer and amputated his arm. So I can tell you that one arm is very strong when it comes to betting, Vince.
Well, he's made the call. A couple of guys also fold, so we have Jack 8 of Burnett up against David Diaz's King Jack. Here we go with the flop.
Flop ace, queen 5 with 2 hearts.
Diaz with an inside straight draw, that's about it. But look at Matthew with just Jack high. He's going to bet. Continuation bet 350.
Wow, Matthew leading right out.
David's not going anywhere. He's making this call.
David just has the ace high straight draw. Needs a 10. 6 comes off.
Helping neither player. Matthew's going to slow down and check.
And look at this. David Diaz, who has a World Series of Poker bracelet to his credit, trying to add a WPT title to his resume, betting here with a gut shot straight draw.
575,000. The 27-year-old's going to put the pressure on the chip leader. Will it work? Yes, it does.
Well, both guys fighting for the pot, but Diaz getting in the last bet to take it down.
And this is David Diaz's 15th WPT event, his second cash, his first final table. And very impressive right there. And he will pop it up to 325 to go. Steve Brecker with a suited connector quickly folded that hand. David Diaz out, but Hamnett with an ace queen.
Ben's got pretty much of an outgoing personality. Guess you have to if you're going to be a stand-up comedian. He likes doing that once in a while. He's going to 3-bet it.
Yep, he's raised it to 525. Ofir Mor and Tyler Patterson going away.
And the amateur quickly calls the 3-bet with the ace-9 offsuit. Not a play I'm fond of, because it doesn't matter what comes out there, you're pretty much frozen, even if an ace comes out. Nothing comes out there for him as it comes Jack 8-4, and he checks, and Ben's going to make the continuation bet, it looks like.
Yeah, Ben Hamnett wants to start a film production company with his winnings, he says. And he is going to bet this, makes it 455 with the ace high.
Look at this, Matthew calling with just an ace-9 offsuit.
Uh-oh.
And now the ace of diamonds comes off, and this could spell trouble for the amateur here.
Burnitz checks his aces.
This is what happens when you call with these ace middling cards, and ace finally comes up. Now what do you do?
Ben Hamnett has bet 1.2 million.
Ben has the best hand, the best kicker, the best draw with the flush.
The problem is Matthew is going to make the call. He probably thinks he made such a good instinct call on the flop. Going to the river, 7 of clubs. Helping neither player.
Well, Matthew checks. Will Ben get a value bet in here on the river? That's the question.
Do you want to risk it?
Well, you're fearful of a flush. Now possible straight out there. You've only got one pair. Your opponent called you on the flop, called you on the turn. What do?
All in.
Wow, he's going all in.
All in. This is a very strange play in my mind.
Certainly is.
Just can't understand that bet.
Well,
I mean, his opponent could have had a flush here or a straight.
he could have, but what if he had 2 pair? He might lay down 2 pair. That's the only reason why you could make this all-in bet and be successful with it, but
Well, you want to make a bet your opponent can pay you off where you have the best hand.
wow, he is going to get called.
Well, so much for our analysis, Vince. He made the right value bet because he got the maximum value, all his chips.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Nine
Ben Hamnett with a
diamonds.
genius play.
And Ben takes the pot. Ben takes
It wound
the
up
pot.
being at least.
Vince Matthew Burnett, the lone amateur at the table, in my mind, played that hand like a complete amateur. In my view, he misplayed it on every single street.
Wow, phenomenal value bet on the river.
You can become the first ever WPT Prime online champion by winning the feature event in the WPT Global Spring Festival. It's happening May 21st to June 4th. There's buy-in levels from $1.10 up to $2,500. Simply click the link in the YouTube description below. Sign up and your first $110 tournament ticket is free.
Matthew Burnitz now with an ace-jack.
Well, he just botched up the way he played the ace-9 offsuit a moment ago. Now he's going to limp in here with the ace-jack.
But right behind him, the senior at the table, Steve Brecker with a pair of jacks.
You know Steve is going to raise it here, just no matter how much.
Steve Brecker. He's a champion here on the World Poker Tour.
Makes it 420,000 to go.
David Diaz folding. Our chip leader Ben out.
And the Ofir Mor, he's out.
Yep. Back on IT engineer Matthew Burnitz. And look at this, he's going to re-raise, Mike.
Well, Vince, he limped in an early position. Now he's re-raising. That always scares you as a player. Beware of the limper is the slogan. Let's see what Steve Brecker's going to do now with the jack.
Yeah, is he in fear that the guy might have queens, kings,
I'm all
or
in.
aces? He doesn't care. He's going to plunge in. He goes all in with his jacks.
Wow. Well, I think these guys know Matthew better than he knows himself.
Well, Matthew in a pickle here. Can't like this. Brecker putting the pressure, and Matthew is going to lay it down.
So Steve Brecker taking down that pot and taking one step closer to becoming a 2-time WPT champion.
This is a very talented player, Steve Brecker. He loves to fly. He's a pilot. He's played so many WPT events over the year. Very consistent, very shrewd player, and this time he picks up queen jack of spades.
And he's going to raise it up. Makes it 260,000 to go.
David Diaz gonna peek down a little pair of deuces
I don't think
here.
this is anything new.
No limit hold'em. You like to play small pairs. In my mind, they're the easiest hands to play. You flop 3 of a kind, or you just get out of the pot after the flop.
Well, he's made the call. Ben Hamnett out. Ofir Mor considers the Borgata his office because he plays here so much, but he's going to fold. Tyler Patterson also going away.
Matthew Burnitz. So far, he hasn't seen a hand he doesn't like.
Got a nothing hand, but he's got money already in there. He can afford to gamble and speculate, and he does so.
Vince, he came to this final table as the big chip leader. He's bungled about every pot, and now he's on the short stack with 6 players left. Now calling a raise with a 6-9 offsuit, but he's back.
He's gonna love it. 3 of a kind on the flop, and he's gonna check.
Well, Steve has flopped jacks up, so naturally he's gonna bet. And this could spell big trouble for Steve Brecker here.
Certainly could. Steve Brecker gonna put a $475,000 bet. David Diaz not improving there on the flop.
I see he doesn't use my theory about the small pairs.
Uh-oh, don't get fancy on us here there, David.
If you don't flop 3 of a kind, get out.
He's getting chips out for...
He's raising.
Oh, boy. He's gonna try to bluff this off with his silly deuces. Makes it 975. Now it's on the man that has the real hand. Matthew Burnitz, 3 of a kind.
I'm all in.
Oh,
Well, he has gone all in here.
yeah, he's getting impatient, saying that's it.
This should be a pretty easy getaway for Steve Brecker anyway, the way the betting has gone.
Well, Steve's got top pair, pretty good kicker, but you got 2 6s out there.
No chance.
Yeah.
One guy re-raised you, the other guy moved all in. You just throw it away. They're stealing, they're stealing. You can't jeopardize all your money here with 2 jacks and a queen kicker, and he doesn't.
Does the right thing. David's got to be saying, why did I have to get fancy? I fold now. Nicely played by the IT engineer, Matthew Burnitz.
This guy is an action-oriented player, Vince. Most amateur players play tight. This guy's just the opposite. 6 players left fighting it out for this title. Current chip leaders, Ben Hamnett out of Pittsburgh. 29-year-old poker pro.
Crazy actions now.
Dream gonna come true tonight for one of these remaining players.
Yeah, he's got
Action
so
on
many
Tyler
chips, he must have
Patterson.
played really good.
And Tyler looks down at a 9-10. He mucks Matthew Burnitz now.
Out as well. Over to WPT champion Steve Brecker. He abandoned ship.
Now David Diaz with a pair of 3s with the button. An attractive combination.
240.
Yeah, David, pretty tough player, has a World Series of Poker bracelet to his credit. Looking to add a WPT title to his resume.
And he makes it 240 to go. Ben out.
This is Ofir Mor. He's a local here, plays high-stakes cash games at Borgata every day. Finished 3rd in this same event just a couple years ago.
Crazy daisy.
Got some money in there already.
He is known as the Beast of Borgata. Here he's got a 7-4 offsuit. Has a reputation as a pretty solid tight player.
There goes the beast.
The Beast is loose, Vince, raising with a 7-4 offsuit here.
Makes it
Once you started
660 to
hammering.
go. Question is, being called the beast, is that a compliment or an insult? I can't figure it out.
He loves it.
Okay.
The guy loves it. I was at his table earlier in this tournament. I called him out and he just broke into a big grin. He loves it.
Beastly grin.
Good end.
Well, that's a beastie move for sure right there to take down that pot.
Your image is so tight, you can just 3-bet me like any time.
Really?
Yeah.
Don't encourage the beast, I say. Never let a man know what you're thinking at the poker table. Perhaps a little mistake by David Diaz. I don't know. Right now, the action's going to Matthew Burnitz.
He looks down at a king-queen.
So-called amateur. Came in as the chip leader. Now he's battling back. He's got king-queen this time. And he makes it 250,000 to go. Brecker out.
He makes a lot of amateurish plays to me, Vince, but he says he would like to become a pro player, so loves the game. He's certainly not afraid to play pots, that's for sure.
David out. Ben out. Ofir Mor. Very tight tonight. Won't play that. Now Tyler Patterson wakes up with a pair of jacks.
Big hand for Tyler. Tyler needs to make some money in this tournament, Vince, because he plays a lot of golf with our buddy Matt Savage.
Oh, boy. Well, he just calls this. And look at this flop. 10-10-3.
Nice flop for Tyler there. Got the overpair. He checks.
Gonna hope that Matthew bets, apparently, and Yeah, Matthew's going to bet. Perfect time to set him up for a check raise.
Yep. That's what he should do in this spot.
Tyler Patterson, a former poker dealer. Now look at this. That's kind of shocking. Just calls it.
Well, it is shocking, Vince, because if an ace or king queen comes up, you're frozen in the hand. And there's the ace.
Yep.
Just what you did not want to see if you're Tyler Patterson.
Tyler checks it.
Well, Matthew, just what the gut shot straight draw is going to bet here, and it may work.
Yeah, a lot of pressure. 650,000. Tyler, but he's going to stick around. He's out in front.
Wow, what a call by Tyler.
Oh.
But a king on the river.
That's going to hit Burnitz. Tyler just playing a little too passive there. It's going to backfire. He's going to hate it.
Well, Matt's been betting all the way with the worst hand. Now he's made the best hand and checks.
It's in.
And Tyler sort of grimaces.
Thank you.
He knows he should have played those 2 jacks a little bit different.
Yeah,
Vince.
you got to raise before the flop, but at least after the flop, after you bet, find out where you are. Don't let them draw out on you. That was poorly played by Tyler, and he has to pay force.
These guys aren't busted out. They're playing for the big dough and to get their name engraved on the WPT Champions Cup. Ben Hamnett still out in front.
That is right. Now the antes are going up to 20,000. The blinds are 80 and 160. Action on David Diaz. David looks down at an 8 deuce. He mucks the hand. Ben Hamnett out. And now it's on Ofir Mor. And so far tonight, he has been tighter than my hamstring coming out of an igloo. But right now, he picks up a pair of kings, Mike.
Yep, he's a high-stakes cash game player here at Borgata. They call him the Beast of Borgata. We saw him finish 3rd in this tournament just a couple years ago. He's back at this final table. Pretty good stuff for a guy that doesn't play that many tournaments.
He's made it 350 to go. Tyler out, and now Matthew Burnitz.
Well, he hasn't found a hand he doesn't like. Vince played every pot so far, but when the tightest player at the table all of a sudden comes in a pot for the first time, you just don't want to get involved with an 8-7. This hand pretty easy to jettison. Forget about jettison. He's firing it up, Vince. He is re-raising here.
Yeah.
3-betting to 750,000 with an ace-7. Just incredible. This is the kind of hand you can 3-bet. If a guy's a very aggressive player playing a lot of pots, that's fine. But for a tight player to 3-bet with an ace-7 offsuit, I think is just a very amateurish play.
Well, Ofir now. Oh, he's going to go up the ladder again. Makes a re-raise. Makes it 1-7 to go.
Another million to Matthew here.
And now Matthew's thinking, what did I do? Why? Why me?
And he should be thinking that, Vince. Very poor re-raise here against this particular opponent.
And he's got to fold the hand. And Ofir Mor, Mr. No Fear from Woodmere, New York, going to take down his first pot here tonight. And it's a good one.
You can become the first ever WPT Prime Online Champion by winning the feature event in the WPT Global Spring Festival. It's happening May 21st to June 4th. There's buy-in levels from $1.10 up to $2,500. Simply click the link in the YouTube description below. Sign up and your first $110 tournament ticket is free.
Brecker, of course, already has his name on the WPT Champions Cup.
With just a 10-8, also going to fold.
Over to David Diaz.
He won't play that. Now our chip leader, Ben Hamnett, will.
I'm going to raise on the button here with a Queen-9.
Certainly does. Makes it 325 to go. Ofir out. And now Tyler Patterson in the big blind with a Queen-10.
You think he's an Elvis wannabe?
Yeah.
Those are sideburns like Elvis Presley had in the old days. Meantime, he makes the call here with Queen-10.
Queen-9 versus Queen-10. We are flopping.
Queen, Queen, Jack
Oh,
with 2
boy.
spades. Both players have flopped 3 queens.
They certainly have. And a quick check by Tyler Patterson.
You're going to see a little raising war take place very soon here, Vince.
You would think. Now Ben, 3 of a kind with the continuation bet, it appears. Yep. He's going to stick out a bet. 400,000.
Well, folks, no chance. Either player's getting away from this hand. Both have 3 queens.
1.1.
It's going to get raised and re-raised and probably all in before we see the next card.
Now Tyler's going to pop it up, makes it 1.1. And now if you're Ben, 3 of a kind, you're right.
And with 2 spades out there,
You would
there's a
think.
possible straight out there, you know, a draw. But you get 3 queens, Not going to get away from this hand.
Come on. Call.
Oh, there he goes, all in and a quick call.
Well, all in and called, and Ben is going to see he is out kicked here. As you can see, Tyler had the 10 kicker, so if 2 little cards come off, he is going to be a happy camper. If a big card comes off, they'll split this pot.
But what an opportunity for Tyler Patterson. They call Tyler Patterson the Titan of Tulip. It's a casino up in Seattle.
Let's go 10.
Spades at
Turn
least.
off, please.
He has outkicked his opponent here in a good place right now with 2 cards to come here.
20 diamonds.
5 of clubs on the turn.
That'll do. I like that card.
Tyler likes that card. One more little card that doesn't pair the 5 will be a bingo for Tyler.
3 of
And he will
diamonds.
double up.
Well, the last card coming up now. If the 9 should appear, that long shot, Tyler Patterson will be out. Here comes the river card. It's a very safe 6 of clubs.
Well, just that quick with that pot. Tyler Patterson went from the short stack to the chip lead. He bolted from 6th to 1st. Bam, just like that.